Hi guys, Dorota Palicka, International Nail Artist and Educator here, and today we are going to paint one-stroke flowers, and this is going to be a poinsettia flower. Absolutely amazing design for a Christmas. Have a wee preview of it in here. Yeah, it looks absolutely amazing, and I hope you will really enjoy watching this tutorial and you will learn quite a lot from it as well. And don't forget to subscribe if you're new here, as there is lots of tutorials coming up just before Christmas, actually every day. We're really trying to work hard for you guys so you can enjoy this channel, but let's start. So to paint poinsettia, we are going to use the white background tips, and then we will paint it just a little bit of the blue. So I'm going to use the sky blue color. Squeeze it out a little bit. Just a small drop of it. And then using the one stroke level 1 brush and some water, I'm going to grab a little bit of this paint. You wanted it to be very watery for a background. Lots of. And don't bother about putting it all over. I wanted it only in the kind of center. And then let it dry. I'm actually going to do it the same in here because we might paint two of them, just both slightly different. And then when they're drying, we will squeeze out more paints. So we are going to use the red, some white, drop of black. So what I usually do with the paints, I kind of open them and then I twist them, cleaning the lid as well straight away. And we need some green. And yellow. When you're painting a layer on top of the layer, you always need to make sure the first part of painting has dry. So this one, I can see it is really wet. We are going to put it on the side, and this one is almost ready. I'm going to clean my brush, and I like to use the wipe as well to kind of dry it out, the excess of the water. You don't want too much water in there because then everything is going to be much more difficult. So for the first layers of the petals, we are going to use a mixture of the red and black. The tiniest ever drop of the black, like really almost nothing on your brush, because black is such a highly pigmented color that it will get too strongly through it. So I can see it, I have got hardly any black in there. And then my red. Okay, it's just to give it a hint to it, like kind of more of making your red a little bit dirty. And then we are going to start painting the first petals. You want them to go into a really nice point. Okay, then come straight and down. Touch it a nice point, change the angle of your brush, and then come down. Again, very straight brush, change the angle, and then come down. Okay, I'm picking up a little bit more paint. Again, going to the top, very straight brush. I'm not lying my brush at all. Start lying it more when I'm in the middle, and then I'm going straight brush again. Just because of the shape of these petals. Okay, so we have created the first 5 petals. If you want to make them really nice and rich, what you could do is go over it again, second layer, but you have to wait for it to dry. I'm going to, in the meantime, place some smaller ones in there. So you need to remember those poinsettia flowers, they are kind of a little bit pointy at the end. And now I'm going to just touch up some of those petals. Just to make them more pigmented. You don't need to, it's only when you're really fussy. I'm trying to don't shake my hand too much. I'm kind of more massaging the paint into it rather than shaking the hand too much. The nails are so small that when we shake too much, it just makes the things more difficult. Okay, I'm just cleaning my brush because for the second one, I want to swap the colors. So I want to add the lighter, highlight some of those places with the lighter color. But before we go that, we need to let that dry. So I'm going to pick up some green and yellow. Mix that well. Like, I'm really strongly mixing in colors. I don't like when they are too separated. Separated colors are good if you are learning how to do the one stroke. And then once you know how to do it, you want to kind of keep those colors separate. Okay, now we are going to paint the leaves. So I'm touching a little bit at the angle and do, how you call it? Upside, half of a circle like this way, and then another one, just like this way. Touch it nice and straight with the brush, and then 1, 2. So 1 and 2. Okay, in this way we have painted one leaf. I wanted to say U, but it's depending how you look at it. So if I'm looking at this angle, I say U. Okay, and then I want some leaves here as well. Touch it nice. We are going to add some green in here as well. And I'm missing something green in there as well. clean my brush. And now we can start painting the leaves, which are petals, which are inside. So I'm going to add a drop of the white, like very small drop of the white. I don't want too much again on it. Kind of almost even make a pink out of it. And now we are going to paint the petals which are on top. They are going to be slightly smaller. So I hope you can see them. Because we have used those lighter color, they are standing out much more than they would do if we would use the same color. Another one in here. Going to the top. Touch it very straight brush. Change the angle. Pick up the paint again. Straight brush. Change the angle. And then the last one, ideally I should wait for it to dry a little bit. So I'm trying to don't touch this place. Nice and straight. And then change the angle. Okay, so we have painted another layer of the petals. I'm going to clean the brush and then swap for a detailed brush. Okay, we need to add some detail. So first of all, I'm mixing yellow and a green. Kind of like almost on the one side, almost like a one stroke as well, like a bit of yellow and a little bit of green. And I'm going to add some thin lines in there. Lots of water. If you want to paint a nice and thin lines, you need lots of water. Okay, then again with the D-liner brush, we are going to add some detail inside the poinsettia flower. So I'm going to use black. And actually we've got some awesome stuff which is called black paint concentrator. There we are. That's make your black paint like even more black. I love it. So you just add the drop of it. Just watch it because it's almost like an ink. So it will make everything very dirty if you split it. Added those paint in there. I don't like to use it on its own. I like to mix it always with the paint. And what else? Like I love painting also with the acrylic paint because I feel sometimes like they are more pigmented. Now I'm just going to add those detail. And there is no way like I could paint with gels or just thin lines. I don't think so I could. Very wavy line. I'm not sure even if the camera is catching it. It does. So. I will try to make one thicker line. I did catch this one. But I don't want them that thick. Sorry guys, I'm going to paint it even thinner. I love one stroke. Okay, now inside, very thin line. And then same in here. You can see it, how those petals are coming to life. Drop of the green into my black. And then we are going to outline the detail inside the leaf. Now you have to make sure your brush is not loaded with the paint. You want the paint to be more at the tip of your brush. So if you've got too much, then you're losing control over it. Okay, I'm just putting the detail into the shape of the leaves. I don't think so there is any nicer technique for the nails like the one stroke. And you guys really often asked me, like, why do I not use the gels for it? Like, I prefer it using the acrylic paints because I don't have to cure it in between the layers, and this is like awesome. Just highlighting some petals. And then making the middle nice and black. Dotting tool, and we are going to add some red dots. Okay, there is also something else which I love, and we are going to use that in here as well. That's going to be a caviar beads. Actually, let me check if I've got them in the gold color in here. If not, we use the rose gold. I do have gold. Actually, just a brand new packet. Sorry, cameraman. Oh, there we are. And sorry, guys, you as well. So I've got some caviar beads, and we are going to get them here. So for caviar beads, I'm going to use the base gel. So just a small drop of it, and we are going to decorate it with some caviar beads. And some old brush. I actually don't have any old brushes. Oh no. Oh, I've got it one. I've got some old brush. So couple dots in there, couple dots in here. I don't want to overdo it. I mainly want to place them in the middle because I think, oh wow, this is like a real poinsettia flower. So pretty. Okay, I'm going to place more. So I'm putting them in like single ones where we have painted those green parts. But also I'm placing some in the red dots. Yes, this is very fiddly, but like, I mean, I feel like caviar beads are so beautiful. One more. Okay, and then when I'm happy with it, I'm going to give it a flash cure. I have also painted another one in here. Well, of course, this one I think is much more prettier. I'm going to quickly add that up so we've got... Yeah, caviar beads are so pretty. Just to save the time when I'm curing it. And to give you an idea of a different placement, because here I have swapped the colors. So the lighter color is on the bottom, and then the darker color is on the top. You could do both lighter colors or both darker colors. I just find it is kind of more standing out if I use different colors. Now let's apply the top coat and see the magic happening, because that's what I love about One Stroke, is when we apply the top coat, everything comes up to life like so beautifully. So I'm taking the top coat and applying through the entire design, and it's going to look so pretty. I'm always look at the colors, like they are just popping up. I'm always putting the top coat over the caviar beads. Now I'll have to paint the third poinsettia flower on the other tip, because I don't like to doing a single ones. This one goes to cook in, and I'm going to put the top coat over there. And you could use different colors of the backgrounds. You know, you don't have to paint it on the red, on the white. Like you could use any other colors. Okay, so this one is cooking as well. I may actually do it quickly. Just a half poinsettia flower. Sorry, I'm terrible, guys. Just very quickly. I couldn't resist. It's too therapeutic to paint. So one in here. I will just make this one bigger. Going to the point. So actually even bigger, you will be able to see it nicer, the shape of the petals. You need to leave those empty gaps in there. I actually really like it just on the half. Wait for it to dry. You've got time to swap your color. And again, now because I've got bigger size of the petals, you can see it, how I'm painting. And another one in here. Dry my brush and the green parts. So I'm always trying to keep it in the same kind of theme. So if I have used some caviar beads, I'm going to use the caviar beads for this tip as well, just so they are all kind of similar. And then for a change, I'm going to use just the same color, so you could guys see it on the same color as well. Loading my brush. So those kind of painting is the most difficult because we are just working with the same color. You have to make sure this black stands out from the red. And another petal here. And also you can see it, I'm placing it where I've got the strongest red. I'm trying to avoid those black areas because otherwise these petals would just disappear. Okay, wait for it to dry, swap into a smaller brush and outline it. So green mixed with black. Like make sure just a tiny wee drop of the product on your brush. And again. Inside. Okay, now I'm going to outline it the Poinsettia flower. And then line inside. That was actually a very thick line. So next one needs to be very thin. If you want to fix it, I'm actually very unhappy with this line. So the quicker you do it, the better. If you do something wrong, don't think about it. Like, don't wait. It's too late now. Don't wait for it too long. Just pick up a baby wipe and then wipe it away. If you wipe it soon enough, the paint which is underneath is still the paint which is underneath is dry, and the one which is on the top is still wet. I have scratched it actually with my nail, but I'm going to just touch that up. And just leave it the way it is. Okay, red dots. And then quickly caviar beads. So a drop of the base gel. I love it how they look with the caviar beads. So much prettier. And then I'm going to add some here and there. Sometimes you can place them just exactly where you want, and sometimes you can just randomly place them in. I think they still look pretty even if they just random-ish. Okay, and then give it a flash cure, and I can show you the final look of it. So that's the first one, and that's the nicest one. So it's nicely going in the middle. So pretty. Then the second one, just to give you an idea. And this one we can top coat it. And once we put the top coat, you can see it, how the colors are popping as well in this one. Yeah, I hope guys you have enjoyed this poinsettia flower. It's actually looking nice just on the side, but sometimes clients don't want too much. So that looks nice and pretty too. But yeah, I hope you have really, guys, enjoyed watching this tutorial. And let me know if you would like to see more of the Christmas one strokes, like, I don't know, Christmas tree or some rech. I think that's how you pronounce it as well. I could do that for you guys as well. Yeah, it looks so nice together. So I'm sending you lots of glittery hugs and bye for now.